Yeah, Dragon Wars. Let's get started, I guess. So, Dragon Wars is a 2007 South Korean fantasy action movie. Now, you would think that because it's actually in my personal collection, that I think it's a really good movie. Let me get this out of the way right now. This is a terrible movie. The acting is extremely cheesy. The story, while sometimes interesting, is kind of dull. Nothing really happens until the last 15 minutes. The soundtrack is fairly decent, but only one song really stands out, and that's the last one, which happens to be Arirang. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's the South Korean national anthem. The story is essentially about a girl who has the power to turn these two giant snakes into dragons. One snake is bad, one snake is good. These two snake things, they're called emugis, but they're snakes. Anyway, they decide to go to war with each other to try to capture the girl. All the while, her protector, a human, is trying to keep her safe from the bad emugi and give her over to the good one. So the movie is bad. I should give it one of my lower ratings, right? Well, even though the movie is bad, even the effects are a sci-fi original movie style. They're really cheap. Despite that, there is still something about this movie that I just enjoy watching. I don't know what it is, but whenever I have this movie in, I have a lot of fun. I'm not looking for anything deep or meaningful like Schindler's List, but it's still a lot of fun to watch. Some of the fights are kind of interesting, and the final fight between the two emugis is really, really engaging and actually very powerful. I think the reason that I like watching this movie so much is that it has a lot of heart in it. This wasn't like a sci-fi original movie where it's cheap because it's supposed to be cheap. It wasn't some big cash grab to kind of get the industry into South Korea. Rather, it was a work of love by the director, and you can tell, because even if the acting is bad, even if the story is kind of dull, even if the CGI and special effects are horrible, they are giving 100%. Not one person in this movie phones it in, and I have to give it credit for that. It's still garbage, but it's entertaining. I find it to be kind of my guilty pleasure movie. I'll watch it occasionally, and while I'm not going in there looking for some deep, meaningful story, I do have a lot of fun, and I enjoy myself. So I think I'm going to give this movie a borrow and rental. I don't think you guys would want it for your personal collections, but maybe find it out on Netflix or go to your library and try to find it. I think you guys would have a great time. So next week, I'm going to be reviewing one more movie before I get into my themed month. I'm Joseph Marks, and this has been Cinema in Review. I'll see you all next time.